What if I told you that one of the most valuable beverage companies on earth barely cares about selling drinks? Red Bull is worth over $14 billion. But Red Bull isn't really a drink company. It's a media empire that happens to sell energy drinks. And understanding how they did it will change the way you think about business forever. In 1987, an Austrian businessman named Dietrich Mateschitz discovered a syrupy energy tonic being sold in Thailand. He reformulated it, carbonated it, put it in a slim silver can, and launched it in Austria. The early research was brutal. Testers said the taste was disgusting. They said no one would buy it. Mateschitz launched it anyway, because he wasn't selling taste. He was selling an identity. Here's the first secret. Red Bull's marketing budget is enormous, roughly a third of its revenue, over $1 billion a year. But Red Bull almost never runs traditional ads. Instead, they built their own media. Most companies pay other people to rent attention. Red Bull decided to own the attention instead. They created Red Bull Media House, a full-scale production company that makes films, documentaries, and TV shows. They didn't buy ad space during extreme sports. They became extreme sports. Red Bull owns Formula One racing teams. They sponsor over 600 athletes around the world. They own football clubs on multiple continents. They host cliff diving championships, air races, and breakdancing competitions. And every one of these events generates hours of thrilling content that Red Bull owns and distributes for free. The crown jewel came in 2012. Red Bull funded a man named Felix Baumgartner to ride a balloon to the edge of space, 24 miles up, and jump. He broke the sound barrier with his body. 8 million people watched it live, making it the most watched live stream in history at the time. And the only branding? A small logo on his suit. This is the genius. Red Bull realized something most businesses never understand. In a world drowning in advertising, people don't want to be sold to. They want to be entertained, inspired, and thrilled. So Red Bull stopped advertising and started producing. The drink became a souvenir of the lifestyle, a way to buy a small piece of the energy and identity they had built. Now here's the second secret, and it's about the product itself. Red Bull is, by the numbers, simple. Caffeine, sugar, taurine, water. It costs very little to make. Competitors have launched cheaper drinks, better tasting drinks, healthier drinks. None of it mattered. Because you're not paying for the liquid. You're paying for what the can represents. Red Bull gives you wings. That slogan isn't about the drink. It's about who you become when you hold it. This is the same principle behind every premium brand on earth. Starbucks doesn't sell coffee, it sells a third place between home and work. Harley-Davidson doesn't sell motorcycles, it sells freedom. Apple doesn't sell phones, it sells creativity and status. The product is the delivery mechanism. The identity is what people actually buy. So what can you learn from Red Bull? 3 things. First, own your media, don't rent it. The brands that win build audiences they control. They make content that attracts people instead of paying to interrupt them. Second, sell identity, not product. Ask yourself, what does buying from me say about my customer? What do they become? The most powerful brands give people a version of themselves to step into. Third, patience compounds. Mateschitz spent years and a fortune building this before it paid off. He thought in decades, not quarters. By the time he passed away in 2022, Red Bull had sold over 100 billion cans, and he was one of the richest people in the world. Red Bull didn't get rich by making a better drink. They got rich by understanding human psychology better than their competitors. They understood that attention is the most valuable currency on earth, and instead of renting it, they built a machine to manufacture it. So the next time you see a Red Bull can, remember, you're not looking at a beverage company. You're looking at a media empire that figured out the future before everyone else. In your own business, your own brand, your own life, Are you renting attention, or are you building?